A Diddy victim has refiled her lawsuit with her real name against Diddy. Candace McCrae has refiled her lawsuit against Diddy after a judge said that she couldn't remain a Jane Doe. So she either had to refile the lawsuit with her real name or she had to drop the lawsuit against Diddy. And baby, this woman wasn't playing no games because she refiled that lawsuit, baby, with her real government name. She's claiming back in 2004 she was assaulted by Diddy at 19 years old after she left a college campus in Brooklyn, New York. She said that she received an invitation to a photo shoot that Diddy was hosting. Her and her friends go there and they said they noticed that it was a photo shoot promoting the band, which is a group from Making the Band. Must say that this is the third lawsuit against Diddy all around the time of Making the Band. At this photo shoot, she met Diddy and Diddy invited her and her friends to a party that he was having at his hotel. One of Diddy's people in his entourage took her and her friends to the Manhattan Marriott Hotel for this party that Diddy was throwing. She said as she entered the party, she noticed dozens of people having drinks and listening to music in a relaxed party environment. While attempting to mingle around the party, her and her friend were suddenly grabbed and taken to separate rooms from the main party. She believed that at this time, the man that separated them into separate rooms was a security guard that worked for Diddy. She asked the security guard where they were going, and he simply told her, "You know what you're here for." After the security guard put her and her friend in this room, he left and locked the door, and it was only her friend, and Diddy in this room. She said that Diddy would hand her and her friend some drinks and then instruct them to do cocaine. They said Diddy became very aggressive when they turned down his offer to do this cocaine, and then he began getting even more aggressive and began forcefully touching them without their consent. Diddy allegedly told these two women that they had to perform oral on him or else he would off them both. Miss McCrae went on to state that her friend complied to Diddy's orders after that threat and that Miss McCrae would beg for him to stop and let them leave. She claimed that once Diddy was done with her friend, he then turned onto her and forced her to take her clothes off, again under the threats of violence. She alleged that once she was undressed, Diddy would force himself on her and began to SA her. She screamed for him to stop, and then the security guard would open the door and ask if everything was okay, and her friend was able to make it out of the room when the security guard opened that door. She said that she couldn't get out of the room though because Diddy at the time was still on top of her, but then he got off of her and went to talk to the security guard and he left her in the room, but he told her to stay, otherwise she would be offed. She claimed that she sat in that room for an hour and a half in the dark until Diddy's security guard came back in the room and told her she could leave. So now this lawsuit against Diddy can keep going through a court of law since she decided to release her name and not remain a Jane Doe, because if she did, the lawsuit would have had to be dismissed. And also, Diddy's bail hearing has now been set to November 22nd, 2024 at 2 p.m. We will know very soon if Diddy is going to be getting out of jail or if that's where he will remain all the way until May of 2025. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.